And welcome everyone to a Pac-12 summer chat. I'm Andy Katz, pleased to be joined by Washington State head coach Kyle Smith. And Kyle, I don't think I'm crazy. I revised my Power 36 and I had Wazoo at number 36. I want to make sure they're in there because I think Washington State can finish somewhere in the top 5 in the Pac-12. Why am I going to be right?
I think just in the history of some of our programs that we've turned around, year three has been pretty good for us. I think we have a combination of youth, talent, yet experience from last year. So I'd love to see that. I think that's comes with some expectations. We'll have to go through that. We haven't had that yet. There'll be some growing pains with that, but I hope you're right.
Well, look, you return 3 of your top 4 scorers. You got a really good score coming in Michael Flowers. And last season, which was a crazy year for all of us, you did beat UCLA and Oregon and Oregon State, 3 schools that made deep NCAA tournament runs. So there's got to be some carryover. How much have you seen this summer?
I think we've done a good job. I think even last spring when those teams were making the run, I thought that gave us some confidence. I mean, psychologically, you're like, we had a great chance to sweep Oregon State, at their place, lost a tight one and beat them at our place. And like, look, those guys did it, and they captured and they got better as the season went on. So I think that helped and took us in the summer. And things were a little back closer to normal with, for the previous summer, we didn't get we had a lot of young guys, year 2 in the program. It would have been nice to have a normal summer. And so we got a little piece of that back. And I just think, we had some success with the teams. The league's not going backwards. So I think a lot of teams are still going to be good. But I think hopefully we've closed the gap.
And I think the Oregon State's a great example because I rattled off a couple of traditional powers, obviously UCLA, Oregon. We fully expect Arizona to come back. But how much did the Oregon State run, not just winning the Pac-12 tournament, but what they did in the NCAA tournament, give a school like Washington State hope to say, you know what, why not us?
You hit it on the nail on the head, and it's just good to see. I think Wayne Tinkle's one of the most beloved guys in the business. I think he's a good guy. It's good to see his team. I wish it was us, but they played the right way. They did the right things. They stayed with their program. They had older guys, and I do think that's important. I think when the Bennett's had success here, that's what they did, and we're trying to cobble that together. We've, like you addressed it, we brought in some transfer. Our backcourt was thin last year, so we addressed that with some youth and some transfers there. So I think we'll be better in the backcourt, just have enough depth, and seeing them do it will definitely inspired us.
So what I love is that, and you've been at different rebuilds, obviously Columbia, USF, before that at St. Mary's with Randy, and you know what fits for each place. And a place like Washington State, to me, is one of those schools where you got to get old and stay old, just what you said there. How much did you look at that in sort of the macro level and saying, look, we can't make a quick fix here. If we're going to do this, that's exactly what we have to do.
Absolutely. That's what I thought, but it's been a little different. I think our talent acquisition it's been a little different than I thought. Even maybe we've outkicked our coverage a little bit on recruiting as far as some of the talent we brought in and the look. And I think we had a chance to be one of the more athletic teams, which didn't anticipate that going to Washington State and other. So the personnel is a little different, but the same idea. We got some young, nice, athletic front court guys, but they need the experience. They got to get old. We need to get old. We have some other guys, like I said, we brought some guys in that give us that maturity, and hopefully that'll help in just your day-to-day operations.
All right, so if we can real quick, since you were with them this summer, who did you see that you say, you know what, this gives me hope that all that we're chatting about here certainly can happen, that you saw that growth, from the end of the season through the spring, into the summer?
Obviously we had two young big guys, and they weren't around as much because F.A. Abugidi had a chance to play with the Nigerian national team when in their preparation for the Olympics. I think he's one of the last guys. I think he's got a future there. He's only 19, and they have a lot of NBA players, so that was a good experience for him. So he should make a nice step forward. He's had some knee issues this summer, coming out of that, but hopefully he's healthy. Deshaun Jackson had an opportunity to play try out with the Team USA World Cup 19 under team. Went down and practiced with those guys at TCU. So that's another good one. That's eyes. And Noah Williams really put together a nice summer. And, I love these guys. He was a two-sport athlete. And, he's never been a year-round basketball player. He made an incredible jump from his freshman to sophomore year. And then this is really the first summer where in spring and summer where he's just, grinding as a basketball player, he's usually getting ready for two-a-days, going back to high school. And so I think those guys tend to have a chance to get a lot better, but I'd say that's our main core. And then one guy, that I bemoaned last year, I thought had a really good summer, and I don't know what capacity, but Jefferson Koulibaly, he was out last year with a torn labrum, had surgery. And whether he's coming off the bench or he's kind of our Patrick Beverly in a sense, like he's just a tenacious on-ball defender, and kind of gives us identity defensively. And I think everyone kind of fill in around. And Noah's really good defender, and obviously those two front court guys. So I think those guys, plus you mentioned Michael Flowers and Ty Roberts, are transfer older guys that can really shoot the ball. We had trouble with our ball handling and shooting, so I think we've addressed it. And there'll be some still adjustment for them coming in playing at this level, but I think they've had a nice summer.
And lastly, Kyle, people don't want to go to Pullman. Pac-12 schools don't want to make that trip. So the schedule, we know that's how also you can get in as an at-large. What have you done to meet the challenge of a team that you think can certainly be in the upper tier of the Pac-12 to get some of those games in November, December that can help your cause come March?
Our schedule is, I still think we're pretty young, but they always say, we've got 20 really good high major teams on that schedule. And I think we got to prepare to do well in league. I think you're going to have to win 10, 11 games to get that done. So you'll have to be a really good home team. We've got a couple, we got Boise coming in. We're going to play them in Spokane. We're trying. I know they're going to be a team that's, I think they are. They usually are.
They'll be one of the favorites in the Mountain West.
Yeah. So like that game and get us going. But I still think we brought in those new guys, and I didn't mention Muhammad Gay, who's certainly one of the most talented guys that we've recruited, but he was supposed to be a senior in high school this year, so I don't want to put a lot of undue pressure on him, but maybe get a chance to get some experience there. So I think it's going to come down to, we got to do a good job in the league. You hit on the head. We got to be a tough team to beat at home. We've been pretty good there, and you're right. I don't think you want to. It's hard to get to Pullman.
That's right.
Especially as you can beef this up. Where I hit it last year. Winter is coming is our theme, so we start banging it out. That's when we really get going. When that snow starts falling, we get excited.
Well, Kyle, I appreciate it, and I know we're going to be talking about the Cougars this upcoming season.
All right, appreciate it, Andy. Thanks.